Alabama lawyer's Super Bowl LVI ad features his Back to the Future DeLorean. While the halftime show of Super Bowl LVI took us back to 90s hip-hop, one Alabama lawyer used his very own DeLorean to take a bit further in his 60-second, time-traveling commercial. David J. Maloney of Maloney Lyons, LLC, who has made it a hobby of producing Super Bowl commercials for the local market, took his annual spin as actor and director in Back to the Lawyer. The 60-second spot is a takeoff Back to the Future, the 1980s blockbuster hit starring Michael J. Fox. However, the spot adds an element of Maloney's personal life. The commercial ran in both the Mobile-Pensacola and the Biloxi-Gulfport markets. It was overwhelmingly positive, Maloney told AL.com about the reaction. The concept for the commercial came to him in waves. He knew he wanted to be a lawyer when he was 13 years old and read To Kill a Mockingbird. Recently, Maloney was asked what he would do for a living if he wasn't a lawyer. Throw in a little tongue-in-cheek humor that insurance companies try to go back and repaint the past in order to get what they want, which is to pay out as little as possible despite record profits every year, and you have yourself what looks like a script even Marty McFly would approve of. I realized had I not read that book, my life would be entirely different, Maloney said. I'd be in a different career. I probably never would have met my wife because I would have been working different ways, different times. I wouldn't have met her at the place I would have met her at. Things would have been different. I would have had a different wife. My life would be very different. The commercial starts with Maloney arguing a case in front of a judge when his hand starts to disappear, a tip of the cap to the 80s movie. A quick recess and call to Doc, and he is off to the past to make sure he reads To Kill a Mockingbird, or as Doc exclaims, "You'll never be a lawyer." A quick jump into the DeLorean and off to 1981 where he prevents a bully from stealing the book, shares a quick word of advice to his younger self, and Back to the Future. So is the DeLorean real or is it movie magic? Oh, it's real. Maloney owns it. The 85 miles per hour in a shopping mall parking lot was about as real as a flux capacitor, though. You can't make a DeLorean spin its tires, Maloney said. The 0 to 60 in that vehicle is like 3 weeks. That's where smoke machines came in. They gave the illusion of spinning tires, and they were used for the DeLorean's re-entry into the present day. It's a heavy stainless steel car with a 6-cylinder Volvo motor in it, Maloney said of the car. The motor is in the back. It's like taking your mom's 6-cylinder wagon and loading it full of bricks in the back and trying to spin the wheels. It's not going to happen. The shopping mall parking lot, however, was very real. Maloney and the local production house, Volta, shot scenes at Springdale Shopping Mall in Mobile on a cold, blustery night in December until 2:15 a.m. Multiple takes from even more angles got the job done, but who played young David J. Maloney? That would be his son, 15-year-old Gianni. He did a little method acting. That is, if growing your hair long is method acting. He looks so much like I did then, he said of his son. Gianni took classes virtually until January. That allowed the young man to grow his hair so long that the fictitious Mr. Strickland would undoubtedly label him a slacker alongside Marty McFly. In the end, Gianni, who is a musician himself and portrayed Maloney at 13, donated his cut hair to Locks of Love before heading back to school. The commercial was produced locally, including the score. Due to copyright, Maloney's team had to create music that would tug at the heartstrings and remind us of the movie soundtrack without duplicating it. We had to write something with the right feel, he said. We had to write something that was our sound but something that was reminiscent. We had to be careful not to cross any lines. In the end, Maloney's latest commercial rivals his past entries into Super Bowl commercial law. From a cinematic standpoint, The Godfather ranks probably first for me because we had to get every detail painstakingly identical, he explained. The Godfather commercial is epic. That's the best personal injury ad ever made. From a post-production standpoint, the way they made that car become electrified and have the flames from what we shot, the way we got the smoke, this makes it the best post-production work in any ad. Other spots people still talk about to this day, and you can still find on local programming: a scooter, on a desk, on a truck, and Bond. So what's next? At this point, it's too early to say, but it's clear wherever he's going, he doesn't need roads. Mark Heim is a sports reporter for the Alabama Media Group. Follow him on Twitter at Mark_Heim.